Good afternoon, cult members, and welcome to Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
And this is going to be our trailer reaction for It Was Agatha All Along. We've all sung it today, right?
Yep.
We've all sung it.
Yep.
So I'm very interested in what this is going to be. So, Agatha, here we go.
Another beautiful day.
Surprised to see you out here, detective.
Oh, good. She's a cop.
Found her down here by the water.
Cause?
Blunt force trauma.
Of what?
What happened to you?
Got some ideas.
I have a lead in the case. But can't shake this feeling I'm seeing it wrong.
Is this really how you see yourself?
That witch is gone, leaving you trapped in her distorted spell. Claw
True.
your way out.
That's the one she picks.
I miss the glory days. She took every bit of power I had, but I can beat that witch again.
Can you? You mean not that witch?
Well, the gang's all here. Let's hit the road. I'm gonna walk the witch's road.
Just for spooky season.
The road is a death
Right.
wish. Join me.
What witch in her right mind would join Agatha Harkness's coven?
Not looking for right-minded witches, as it happens.
Sweetheart, you okay?
Oh! Straight out Exorcist.
Or The Ring, or
or whatever.
there's a lot of them that are doing that. Okay, so I mean, at first I thought maybe they were gonna follow what WandaVision did with the
Episodic television.
little bit of the themed episodes,
Yeah.
but I now I'm not sure.
This
It looks more like Sabrina or
Wednesday,
or
that
yeah.
kind of like spooky season,
Yeah.
witches
Yeah.
and witchcraft
Yeah.
kind of thing, and I actually am okay with it.
oh yeah.
I'm not a spooky season person. It's just not my thing. I love that everybody else thinks it's fun. It's just not my thing. It's fine. I'm not trying to mandate that you can't have spooky season, although I don't get pumpkin spice. I just don't. Pumpkin spice on everything is just dumb. But when they announced this, I was like, Catherine Hahn annihilated that role.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so when they announced this, I'm like, of course Catherine's getting a show. But what are they going to try to do?
But why? Yeah.
But why?
And they've got to address the fact that she was put back into the bubble.
Yeah.
And supposedly, had her memories erased as much as they were erased for everybody else while they were in the bubble. They all mostly knew something was wrong.
Especially once it kind of started to come unraveled.
Once it was coming unraveled, they knew more and more and more. But in the beginning, they're kind of like, something's off, something's weird, but and Aubrey Plaza is the bad witch.
I think she is Agatha's subconscious. I don't think she's actually there. Now, some people on the internet have read ahead.
Okay.
This is not based off of a comic, but they have they know some details of the show, and
Okay.
I have kind of been hiding away from that.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think she's her subconscious coming back to tell her that you were a badass bitch,
Yeah.
and stop being this run-of-the-mill person.
Yeah.
And she's going to remember at the end of the second episode of the 2-episode premiere.
Okay.
And she's going to be but Aubrey's character is going to be the one in her ear the entire time, telling her, "Hey, hey, hey."
Okay. Yeah. I buy that.
I do not think that's Wanda's body.
Right.
It's
They
not.
make you think that.
They make
but
you think it, right?
It's. I mean, she's at Kaja.
Yeah.
Kajamaru.
Go. Not Cosmetol. That's something different. Yeah. I don't think. I think that is her subconscious trying to play tricks on her.
Yeah, and it's
to
just
make her remember.
It's just a dead woman.
Yeah.
And she's seeing.
And she had dirty fingers because she was
dirty-
digging.
yeah.
And Wanda, W. Maximoff coming on the toe tag, I think is.
I think it was a library card because it had stamps.
It did have stamps on, but it was
dates.
on the toe. It was tied to the toe.
Oh, well, then that's weird. Like, this person has died over and over and over
Right,
again.
right.
I mean, if
all right,
you're-
Eric from New Rockstars, get on that because that's questions. Like,
Yeah.
I was 15 seconds in the trailer and we've got questions already.
Yeah, and I think so. We didn't pull up like an IMDb of this, but the older lady towards the end who said, "Do you want to be a bad? What kind of witch do you want to be, or whatever?"
Right.
I feel like she was in something like we've seen her before.
Right.
So, no.
Yeah,
no.
there's some people coming back from WandaVision.
From the previous one, so it's kind of hard to.
Dottie's coming back. Miss
Yeah.
Hart's coming back.
And I don't know what.
And they don't really have names outside of like already known characters on IMDb yet. So be very nice in the comments.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you
We're-
know, like, I feel like maybe she was a witch in some kind of like a 90s thing or something, you know, because she looked really familiar, and that would be something they would do, is kind of throw this person in.
The idea that somebody floated the idea today that Agatha is getting her coven back together. She killed her coven in the 1800s, 1700s.
Right, but she might be wanting to.
She's going to build a new one.
Yeah.
And I think the story that they're going to be playing with in this is going to be her relearning her magic, rebuilding the coven, and then taking all the power from the women of the coven to get back to that
again
power level.
Right.
But there is some wild fan speculation. It's not rumors, it's just speculation of storytelling ideas that the MCU may be going after what this is going to be this summer with Deadpool and what the comic that showed up in the Deadpool trailer, and they've said the word Secret Wars.
Right.
And the fan theory is that they're going to bring Wanda back from is she dead? Question mark.
Right. Did we see a body?
Right.
No.
Right. And if in Star Wars, if you don't see a body, it still doesn't mean they're not going to come back. Maul came back. But the idea is that Wanda's going to be like the nuclear weapon for one side in Secret Wars, and so if they use Agatha to bring back Wanda, would be a very interesting storytelling. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to be. I'm not saying
no, but that would be because she's tormenting Agatha mentally throughout this. Obviously, she keeps thinking about her, seeing her, whatever, and hates her because she said she took my powers. So she's gonna have these feelings, and then if they come to her and say, or we'll get your powers back, but you need to bring Wanda back.
There's going to be the umbrella that they're going to be under this entire time is going to be Wanda Maximoff. it's going to be about Agatha getting her powers back, but every episode there's going to be a mention of the Scarlet Witch or the Darkhold or what happened in Westview. Like there's always going to be this shadow of what Wanda is, because she is the most powerful sorcerer, magic user in the MCU, and by like a lot.
And she's Wanda. She's Agatha's nemesis. Right. So it makes sense that they're like...
She's going to be complaining about her the entire time.
Right.
Once she gets her kind of consciousness back.
Right.
And so having that idea that's hanging there, while Agatha, who was the bad guy, well, the antagonist in WandaVision, that, I just love that idea. Now, something that I thought about this afternoon, the MCU, after Endgame, hit the ground running with 700 ideas, and they threw 700 ideas out there, and not a lot of them hit with a lot of people. Now, we are the exception to the rule. We liked almost all of it.
Yes.
And
varying levels of like.
Varying levels of like.
WandaVision, I will watch. If you want to put it on the TV, I'm down.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah,
I loved the show.
Yeah, that's probably our favorite MCU show.
MCU show.
MCU show. But they have taken the MCU has taken a step back from putting all this stuff out. Now they're still doing stuff. They're working on Captain America. They're working on all this stuff. We're only getting Agatha this year on TV, and only getting Deadpool and Wolverine on the movie theater.
Yep.
So they're definitely pulling back with all the things that they were doing. I bring that up because the best acting I have ever seen in my entire life was on the red carpet of Endgame, when Tom Hiddleston was asked, what is it like not being able to play Loki ever again? Yeah. And he openly cried because he loves that character so much. By the way, while they were filming Infinity War, they came to him and said, hey, we have this idea. So they had an idea for Loki 4-5 years before they actually came out.
Never trust an actor.
Never trust an actor. That's not really fair. But I bring that up because this show had to have been in development while they were filming WandaVision before the pandemic. They had this idea for the show before the pandemic. Because they filmed WandaVision during the pandemic, or partially no, that came out right at the beginning of the pandemic. Yeah. That's why we all watched it. Yeah. So they had this idea for this show.
I think when WandaVision came out and they saw what was going on, that they were like, oh, we could totally do another show around Agatha. But I mean, it's been 3 years, so they've taken their time with it. Yeah, they haven't cranked something out for content.
Right, and I know that they've went back and refilmed some stuff. Because they changed the idea of what this show was going to be, which is why I think this is the story of Agatha getting her powers back, because she's the only one that could bring Wanda back.
Yeah, maybe.
And so I don't like talking about the industry stuff when it comes to like that kind of story, like changing of stories and why they did this and reshoots, because putting out the right story means you might have to reshoot things 6 or 7 times.
I don't care.
Or they change the direction, and so they have to so I don't bring that up very often. But with this, knowing that the MCU has taken a step back and paused and waited and said, okay, we have an idea for this to go forward, we need to do some changes, I just think it's an interesting conversation with what we have believed of Secret Wars coming down the line. So I'm there's the Kang of it all. There's the Loki at the end of time telling story. Like there's all this other stuff that's laying out there. So I'm very interested in what they're gonna, how they're gonna put it all together. Yep. So, and Ironheart's coming. Mephisto is in the Ironheart series.
Okay.
How does that even? So let me know what you thought of this. Let us know what you thought of this trailer and our reaction to it. And wild speculation, apparently, in the comments down below. Please be nice. That is a requirement around here. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. It's free. It helps us. It means nothing to hit a button and to hit the bell for notifications. If you do want to hear more of us rambling.
Us.
Me rambling. Follow us on all the social media stuff for more rambling on the social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Links in the description down below. And until next time, it was Agatha all along.